In this profound and inspiring sermon, Reverend Fulton Sheen guides us through the journey of discovering the power of authenticity and naturalness in public speaking. He shares how thorough preparation, combined with freedom and sincerity, creates speeches that truly resonate with the audience. Through captivating personal stories, Sheen demonstrates that a successful speech lies not in perfection, but in the passionate fire and deep conviction behind the words. Step into the world of sincerity and feel the true power of words, naturalness and authenticity in public speaking. Art of winning hearts through sincerity. In an era of elaborate speeches and meticulously prepared words, Pastor Fulton Sheen presented a bold and profound perspective. The true power of a speech does not lie in perfection, but in naturalness and authenticity. Through meaningful stories and personal examples, Sheen guided us on a journey to discover how naturalness can become the most powerful weapon to win people's heart. The difficult beginning. Pastor Sheen began his story by sharing a personal experience from his time as a university student. He was a member of the school's debate team, a great honor in the academic environment where he studied. However, this pride was quickly shattered when his coach bluntly told him he was the worst speaker we've ever had. This remark was not only a shock, but also a turning point in Sheen's life. Coach did not criticize Sheen's lack of speaking ability to demean him. Instead, he saw potential in Sheen's thinking ability and wanted to help him develop it most effectively. During that training session, Sheen had to repeat a passage for over 2 hours until he realized his problem. Sheen wasn't speaking naturally. He had been trying to make his speech artificially perfect, rather than letting the words flow from his soul. This story illustrates one of the most important lessons Sheen wanted to convey. A speech is truly powerful only when it reflects the true person behind the word, not a fake portrait constructed to please the audience. Naturalness, the secret of appeal. In many of his sermons, Pastor Sheen emphasized that naturalness is an indispensable element in creating an engaging speech. According to him, when a speaker steps onto the stage, they often feel the pressure to perform in front of the audience, leading them to change their voice, gestures, and even their personality. This creates inauthenticity, which the audience can easily detect. Sheen described how many speakers, upon stepping onto the podium, immediately transform into a different version of themselves, a version shaped by societal expectations and the norms of public speaking. Their voice becomes more solemn, gestures more rigid, and their words seem carefully chosen to avoid mistakes. But according to Sheen, it is the imperfections and flaws that make a speech more authentic and relatable to the audience. A powerful speech is not just about conveying information, it is about connecting with the audience on a human level. To achieve this, the speaker must be honest with themselves and with the audience. Sheen believed that people don't come to hear a perfect speech. They come to feel, to connect, and to gain a better understanding of the person standing before them. When a speaker speaks naturally, not only do their words become easier to listen to, but they also create a deeper and more authentic connection with the audience. Preparation and naturalness, the perfect combination. One common misconception about naturalness in public speaking is that it equates to a lack of preparation. However, Pastor Sheen asserted that true naturalness can only be achieved through thorough preparation. He explained that naturalness in speech is not improvisation or superficiality. It is the result of a well-researched, thoughtful, and practiced process. Sheen shared his method. He would spend hours researching and preparing for each sermon, but he never wrote down the entire content of his talk. Instead, he would jot down key points, then discard the notes and allow the ideas to develop freely in his mind. When stepping onto the podium, Sheen did not recite what he had written, but let the ideas breathe naturally, as if they were being born in that very moment. According to Sheen, a good speech is not one that is perfectly memorized, but one where the speaker deeply understands and feels the subject they are discussing. When a speaker has a profound knowledge of the topic, they can easily adjust and adapt to the audience's reactions, creating a true dialogue rather than just a one-sided performance. Sheen also encouraged speakers to practice speaking out loud before presenting to an audience. This not only helps them gain confidence, but also allows them to test whether their ideas are being conveyed effectively. He suggested that, in today's world, people can easily find a place to practice without worrying about being seen as odd. This illustrates that the combination of thorough preparation and naturalness is a key factor in delivering a successful speech. Facing mistakes. Another aspect of naturalness that Sheen emphasized is the ability to face and accept mistakes. He shared many stories of times when he made errors while speaking and how he handled those situations with humor and authenticity. For Sheen, mistakes were not something to be ashamed of. Rather, they were opportunities to create a more genuine connection with the audience. In a particular story, Sheen recounted an instance when he was reciting a poem at an important event in Ireland. Due to psychological pressure from a prior remark, he forgot a line in the poem. Instead of panicking or apologizing, Sheen acknowledged his mistake in front of the audience and then turned it into a humorous and relatable moment. This not only helped him regain the audience's attention, but also made the speech more memorable. Sheen believed that the audience doesn't expect a flawless speech. Rather, they expect an authentic and human speaker. When a speaker makes a mistake yet remains calm and continues with confidence, it demonstrates that they are experienced and self-assured. This earns respect from the audience and helps them feel more connected to the speaker. Sincerity. One of the greatest strengths of Sheen's speaking style was his sincerity. He believed that nothing could replace sincerity in delivering ideas. When a speaker is sincere, they don't need to worry about what to say next, because they know that everything they say comes from the heart. Sheen once said, "From the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks," implying that when the heart is full of love and sincerity, words will naturally flow and touch the hearts of listeners. For him, sincerity was not just a public speaking technique, but a philosophy of life, a way to exist and communicate with the world. He also emphasized that children are the best judges of sincerity. Children may not fully understand what adults are saying, but they can sense the truthfulness in their words. This illustrates that sincerity cannot be faked. It is an intrinsic quality and can only be present when the speaker genuinely believes in and loves what they are sharing. The fire of truth. Sheen used the image of fire to illustrate the power of sincerity and naturalness in public speaking. According to him, fire has two main characteristics: light and heat. Light symbolizes truth, and heat represents passion. Both of these elements are essential in creating a powerful and impactful speech. Sheen believed that when a speaker truly believes in what they are saying, they naturally emit a force that makes the audience not only listen but also feel the sincerity and passion behind the words. This is the fire he referred to, fire kindled by truth and sustained by a strong belief in its value. Naturalness is an art. Pastor Sheen concluded that naturalness in public speaking is an art that is not easily mastered, but once it is, it becomes an unparalleled strength. He emphasized that to become a natural and authentic speaker, one must undergo continuous learning and practice. This requires not only thorough preparation, but also the courage to accept and face mistakes. In the end, Sheen affirmed that a successful speech is not a perfect one, but one that touches the hearts of the audience, making them feel connected and understood. And to achieve that, naturalness and sincerity are the most important keys. And now, as we close this journey, remember that the power of a speech lies not just in words, but in the flame of sincerity and unwavering belief. What Reverend Fulton Sheen shared is not just technique, but the art of inspiration, an art that comes from the heart, igniting a fire in the souls of those who listen. As you step away from here, carry that flame with you, so that your words are not only heard, but deeply felt, touching and transforming the lives of others.